Where have I been? Is probably the question on your mind. Aloha everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I have been waiting, thinking, and dreaming of this moment for such a long time that now that I'm here, it's a little bit overwhelming and kind of awkward. I have not been posting videos on this channel for more than 5 years now, since 2020. And ever since then, I have been thinking so much about coming back. And I've enjoyed it so much, and it honestly was one of the most meaningful things I've ever done in my life. Just the ability to help you guys and interact in the comments and share things that were on my mind were such a blessing. There's a reason, obviously, why I haven't been around on my channel, and we'll get to it in just a minute. But for those of you who are new to this channel and seeing this video for the first time and seeing me for the first time, hi, my name is Marina. I am a wife and a mother of 2 children, a boy and a girl, a teen and a preteen. And I live here in Hawaii, and I have lived here for almost 16 years now, but I have been born and raised in the country of Ukraine. So now that that's out of the way, I have some notes here that I have written so I don't forget what I wanted to share. So I'm sure the first question that is on everyone's mind is, where have I been all this time and why haven't I posted any videos? And to answer that question, I would have to go back about 7 years ago, when me and my family, we have lost our house due to lava eruption. We had this epic Kilauea eruption you might have heard in 2018 that took out the entire neighborhood of 500 homes in one night. Yeah, that's the one. It was pretty epic and pretty crazy. So needless to say, after the whole ordeal, we needed to recover. We needed to find another place to live, and not just another place to live, but we wanted to have our own home on our own land. It took us a while, but we did find it in 2020. So around summertime, I think it was June, when we finally purchased the land, and I still was making videos, but I realized very quickly, and I think I even mentioned it in one of the last videos, that I'm probably going to slow down on the channel, because if any of you have ever developed a land and started from scratch, you know that it's, or you can at least imagine that it's very difficult and takes a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy. So as soon as we purchased the land, me and my husband with the kids, we dove right in. We've been developing it for few years, and then finally we were able to start building our home, and that also took us longer than expected and was also a huge crazy ordeal, which is the topic for another video again. And now here we are. I am finally in my home. We have lived in this house for probably 1.5 years now, and it's been such a blessing. After so much work, so much blood, sweat, and tears, to finally be here and finally enjoy the fruits of your labor, it's been a blessing. So that's part of the reason why I haven't been posting. On a less positive note, I have also been surviving depression for several years. And also, as you can imagine, a war in Ukraine had a little bit to do with that. And the rest of the time I spent healing from that depression and from all this craziness and this whole storm I had to go through. So yeah, that's where I have been. Now, what has happened since? That's a lot more fun to talk about. Well, again, we have bought and developed almost 11-acre property. We have built a home, we moved in, And somehow through it all, we managed to document most of it on another channel. And for those of you who are interested to catch up, I will put the link in the description below to that channel. We have also went on some trips as a family. Since we have been so much working on just the land and the house and everything, we have not taken the time to go anywhere. We stayed all those 5 years in Hawaii. We have been dreaming to go on some trips with the family for a long time. And so finally, once we moved in, we went on a trip to the mainland. Children really wanted to go back to mainland, and the last time they have been, they were really small. We have also gone on some island hopping trips. We went to Kauai, we went to Maui, we went to Oahu. And that was a really good reward for all of the hard work that we have put in to recover from the loss of our home. We have also acquired some pets. Oh my goodness. Most of them literally came to us. The first one was my cat, Heidi, that I found on my birthday while walking outside of the place we rented. And she has been such a blessing. She really came at the right time. I really needed a therapy cat. I didn't even know it. And she was such a sweet cat. She was an abandoned little kitten that I have nurtured back to health. And the whole family loved her. I'm saying she was because unfortunately I don't have her anymore. She has vanished. She did come to our property here and she was with us for probably about a year. But we also acquired some dogs and it did not work out for her. They did not tolerate her here and she was just too afraid. She would still come at night and we would feed her, snuggled with her and just had such a nice time with her almost every day. And then just a few months ago, she just vanished. So I don't know if somebody has invited her into their home, which I think is a good thing if that's the case, because I really wanted her to have a better life than just hiding out at night and coming out at night. She was a beautiful cat and very loving cat. Until I had her, I had no idea I was a cat person. I always thought I was a dog person. But now that I've had both, I'm like, I'm a cat person. And maybe one day I'll get another little kitten. But also we have gotten 2 dogs. Okay, backing up, we actually got 3 dogs that wandered off onto our property. 3 little puppies. Oh my goodness, they were so sweet and so malnourished. And of course we had to rescue them and feed them back to health. And we thought we'd keep them all, or maybe just 2. We didn't want to keep one because we always wanted to have 2 dogs so they can keep company to each other. The kids have been wanting to have pets for such a long time and they mainly wanted dogs. And so the dogs just appeared on our property and we were so happy. Eventually what happened is we left one of them with us, Blue, who is a boy and he's a mountain cur, I think. The 2 sisters were black mouth curs. And we have successfully found other homes for them. People have adopted them. And then since we only had 1 dog left, and that was my husband's dog and it was my son's dog, my daughter really wanted a dog, but she's really particular the type of dog she wanted. And so we've been looking on Craigslist and everywhere. And finally she found this dog. It was very interesting. The person who sold the dog was up the street from us, and the dog was already named the name that my daughter Sky wanted to name her, which was Luna. And she is just the sweetest dog. She is a Great Pyrenees and Maremma mix, but she seemed to look more like Maremma. So she's a sheepdog. We don't have any sheep. We don't have any livestock, but she is such a loving dog. And we have enjoyed her so much. She is this giant puppy. And I don't know if she's gonna grow bigger than she is, but she's so giant. She's just like a little polar bear. We call her our Luna bear. And we all love her very much. And our lives have definitely improved since having dogs, especially the kids. All right, next, homeschool. I know most of you came here on this channel to watch my homeschool videos, the videos about Abeka. And even though we loved Abeka very, very much, and I will stand behind Abeka all the time, we loved it until a certain point. There came a time when we started developing property, we were very busy, and the children have gotten older, and the Abeka, of course, gotten harder. And I just didn't have it in me to deal with it anymore, and we have changed our curriculum, and now we are using mostly The Good and the Beautiful, per recommendation of my friend. Thank you, friend. You know who you are. And also we are trying master books this year. So I never thought that I would be the homeschool mom who would like pick and choose curriculums, but with the help of some of my trusty friends that are really good at this, that's what I'm doing right now. And on this channel, I'm not planning on talking in detail about homeschool and my homeschooling journey. I mean, I'll probably mention it here and there, but I wanted to talk about different things. So, sorry guys, if you want to see more of the homeschool videos, I'm sure there's plenty on the internet out there. Another thing is, which is kind of important and kind of been a blessing, I have finally had some breakthroughs in my spiritual life and in my mental health life, in my relationships. Yeah, so that's another thing I wanted to share with you on this channel, but definitely another topic for another video. And by the way, as you are listening to me mentioning some of these things, some of these topics, if any of these topics resonate with you, or you want to hear more, or you want to hear more of my story about this or that, just let me know in the comments. Or if you just have a question, let me know. That will definitely help me with preparation towards my future videos. Now, why am I doing this, and what is the idea behind this channel? And it's pretty simple. I just wanted to share my story, or rather stories in this one big story. I wanted to share it in order to encourage others. I know for a fact that most of you are going through a storm of your own. I know people are struggling with mental health. I know people are struggling spiritually. And some of you may not even know God. And I want it to be the place where maybe you will meet God, or maybe you will be encouraged, or maybe you'll learn something new that you can apply in your life. Because obviously things that have helped me to go through my trials and my storm, somebody else have shared. And I have applied to my life, and it has helped me. I also clearly like to talk, if you haven't noticed. And I'm just having a hard time keeping things to myself, like things I'm learning or things that I'm going through. And obviously I'm not going to share everything. You know, there's a personal life that I have and personal things that I'm not going to share. But there's a lot of things I can share that can be helpful and will help me to, I don't know, look, I just need an outlet to share. It is what it is. I also want to share some of my hobbies, or like things that I'm enjoying. Maybe I'll share some of my travels if we go on some trips. Maybe I'll share with you a project I'm doing, like a sewing project, or maybe I'll share a song with you, because I love to sing and I like to sew, and I also like videography and photography. I also like gardening and cooking. I also want to share spiritual truth here, and I want to share some of my beliefs and how I understand things, how I understand God, and experiences that I have had with God. We are called to be a light in the world, and at this time of my life, I don't foresee myself going out there being a missionary somewhere in the far land. But I am in my home right now. My mission field is my family, and I have this outlet. So it's perfect. I can be home, but I can be also in everybody else's home if you choose to watch this channel. So that's the idea behind the channel. All right, we gotta wrap it up. I don't want this video to be too long. Now, who is this for? Who is this channel for? Who am I talking to? I'm imagining that my audience, and I might be wrong, that my audience is predominantly mothers who are homeschooling and some who are not, and predominantly Christian, I imagine. And so this channel is for you. This channel is basically for anyone like me, a mother, a wife, a homeschooling mom, a not homeschooling mom, a Christian, a one who is seeking God. And if any other people get on this channel and they find it interesting and they can learn something from here, hey, by all means, welcome. And that's where my notes finished. So as always, I have not finished it. So from here on, let's see. I should mention that I am obviously just starting this channel. I don't have a lot of free time, and I don't have it all planned out how I'm gonna do this. Like, am I gonna post it a certain amount of time a month? My goal probably would be to post once a week or twice a month at least. But because I want this channel to be authentic and to be sort of natural and organic, like, I don't want to push myself to figure out some content. I want to be here when I'm inspired to be here, when I have something to share. Otherwise, I don't want to be here. So it might be a little bit not consistent at first, but I think that once I get into the groove of things, I think it will probably be more, like I said, once a week, maybe twice a month. I have been doing YouTube for more than 10 years now in various capacities, on various channels. And I know firsthand what a burnout is. And I know what it's like to, push yourself and try to make content that you don't feel like making. And so I am giving myself freedom here to just do whatever I want here and whenever I want to do it here. So because of that, I would really advise you to not just subscribe, but to click that notification bell so that whenever I do post a new video, you will be the first one to know. And if you have enjoyed this video so far, if you're happy to see me back, if you would give me a like, and if you have something to say, if you have a question, if you have a comment, if there's something on your mind, just write a comment below. I would be happy to go after this and read your comments and answer as I'm able. And I'm just excited. This is the beginning of something new, adventurous, and my genuine hope that it will be a blessing to you as well. And so until I see you again, aloha and God bless.